They're already talking about how like Embiid might not win it because he missed 16 games out of 72, and no one's missed that type of games and won MVP. I'm like, bro, it's a short season. It's a weird year. You don't know what the hell might happen.
I think right now there's no MVP.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the episode 12 of the Code 99 podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Myron, and I got here Sprad and Carlton. What's up, guys?
What's up?
What up?
How you guys feeling?
Hi, everyone.
You're what?
Good.
Oh.
I'm giddy. Every day is 420 now.
Wow. Wow.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, they got legalized.
Everything got legalized.
The best part about that though is they expunged the people in jail for having weed possession and shit like that.
Did they? I was just having a conversation about that.
Swear to God, that's included in the bill. So
yeah, it is.
So yep. You can cop that. Yeah, we're gonna have dispensaries. Oh, how do you say that word? Dispensaries. Yeah. See, dispensary.
None of us went to school, folks.
Clearly. But we're gonna have stores and shit like that, just like California or Colorado has, and we could buy like I think it's up to a what's the amount again? I think it's like
3 ounces right now.
Yeah, 3 ounces. I don't think it's gonna get past that. The problem is,
they said they're working on it again to like 5 pounds, but that's in the future.
No, that's OD, bro. Bro, that's wild. That's like you buying a gallon of fucking vodka. What the fuck are you gonna do with that shit?
I don't know. I really don't. But they saying that's in the future. So for right now,
that's wild, bro. There's no way you're gonna do 5 pounds of marijuana.
They treated marijuana. They taking it out as a controlled substance.
What are you saying? Oh, I'm gonna try to say, I have anxiety. I need 5 pounds of marijuana right now. That's wild, bro.
I know, but you gotta think about the older people who don't go out as much. They want to sit,
tough titties, bro. Get that shit delivered. Get that shit delivered, bro.
Yeah,
how you gonna, if they can't go outside, how are you gonna carry 5 pounds of weed?
Listen, I don't know. Listen, I ain't trying to.
No, but it's cool. I think that's really fucking cool, to be honest, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, you got your street pharmacists out here, doing their thing, and I'm not trying to knock their hustle, but when you go to this dispensary, like, you know what the fuck you're getting and where you're getting it from. So
that's the fact. They're gonna be taking it from all the that they confiscated. When I
went to California to San Fran, and I literally walked into this dispensary, and I literally could have asked them like, "Yo, I need something to make me do this," or like, "Oh, I need to." Let's say, "Oh, I want to like just stay calm and focus." They'll literally have that shit for you there. So that was fucking cool.
To be honest, it was just a matter of time because
1000%.
Even when I would travel to like Chelsea and like Soho, they have the dispensary trucks right there on the strip. So,
you remember they used to have the truck right in front of our store?
Oh yeah, right? all the time.
Used to be right in front of there. And be like, yo, really, dudes? Like they ain't had. Yeah, it was a matter of time. They expunging everyone, like you said. They basically the same rule applies. Like if you smoke a tobacco, you can't smoke at parks. You can't smoke while you're driving.
No, apparently that's still up in the air. Apparently, like they're trying to do it like that, where it's like alcohol and you can't drink it, or in this case, smoke it publicly. But I don't think that's like in there. I think they're still working on it.
No, you can smoke it publicly, but you can't. You can smoke it on sidewalks, but you can't be inside of like parks, like cigarettes.
Well,
you can't smoke.
Yeah, that's 1000%. But in California and Colorado, you can't smoke in the street. You can't smoke publicly.
Yeah, they're not gonna allow that in New York.
They're gonna cut that down.
Well, right now, look, I read the articles. I read about.
No, I know right now it's not a thing, but I feel like they should, and it's going to be a thing in the future. Because we're gonna start wild out and ruin it for everybody.
Because that smell's gonna get to everybody, and you're gonna get contact.
Honestly, no, cool. Contact high, and people don't like the smell of it. To be honest, I know people who literally smoke who don't like the smell of it. So.
I don't know what the fuck they doing.
Bro, I don't know. I don't ask questions. People like what they like. People don't like what they like.
They say what they do, smoke and hold their nose.
I know for me, as a former person, the smoke did get to me. So it's one of the things like, oh shit, that shit is fucking like drop kicks you in the face type shit. But then you know it's good shit.
Brad was the one that just went to the next room. He said, "I'm staying away from that stuff."
Oh no!
I remember when he was younger, this nigga be like, "Nah, man, I like my pink lips, yo. I love my pink lips."
Oh my god! No! No!
You know what? There goes the door. I'm out of here.
Fun fact.
I'm out.
That's how me and Carlton met. So way back in the college days, in our Obama phase. Well, my Obama phase, I guess.
That's how everybody met in college. Like, come on, no one met in college.
Trying to smoke. Cool. Yeah,
exactly.
I want to smoke. No, it's not. Do you want? It's like, do you smoke? That's literally became the thing. I think that's why that's even like a pickup line now. It's like you talk to a girl like, you smoke? Yeah, I smoke. I bet. And then they just go to it. They just roll up and shit.
It's an easy way to get some ass. You roll up for her. You made her day. She think you kind of cute or whatever it is. That's it.
Oh God.
Guys, listen. Everybody out there, treat marijuana like you treat alcohol. Don't abuse it.
1000%, bro.
Your game. Sure, stay on top of your game.
Everything's good. Everything's good in moderation, bro.
Exactly. So be happy enough that it's free.
Word.
Everybody.
Word.
Not free. It's expensive, but you ain't going to jail for it.
I have a question.
What's up?
Do you think this is gonna play into effect as far as being able to pass a drug exam for a potential job?
Like, you think it's gonna get in the way?
Yeah.
I wonder.
I don't. I mean, if it's illegal, that's it. Like, you can no longer persecute or say someone you can't work here because you smoke.
That would be
unless you're a private organization, you cannot say that.
I think it'd be one of those things you still can't come to work high. You know what I'm saying? You can't come to work
exactly.
drunk. You can drink when you're outside.
Right.
So but that's up in the air. I don't want to get too much information because I was on that side and I was able to ask the head person of a human resource department of a Fortune 500 company, and this is before it was I think when medicinal was finally passed.
Yeah, we had strict medicinal law. It was strict. It wasn't like New Jersey where you could, like I said, you could go for anxiety type shit and just give you a pound of weed.
Yeah, so it was around that time, and a lot of people had questions about it, and basically they were saying, said straight up it's still a smoke free company, a drug free company, and I guess they can drug test you, but there's a lot of rules that apply to it, and say that they did test you, and you went to Colorado where it is legal, where you can there's ways that you can you could get excused for it, but you have to have the right documentation. So I'm sure now that New York City is legal, it's gonna be the same with the apply. But again, like you said, private companies, there's ways around it. Everything's around it. I don't see anyone in the MTA still accepting anyone who's, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful, with certain jobs. But that's where it gets tricky. That's gonna be the next steps. That's just gonna be the future.
People can't be they can't be soft, not soft, sensitive about it. You can't be yelling out, oh, it's illegal. I'm like, no. At the end of the day, people can say they know they feel some type of way, and they have the right to no, I want this a certain way. And if you're gonna just fuck it up for me, why am I gonna hire you or invite you or do all these things? That's what I'm afraid of about it's getting a little bit out of control. Being from New York City, I mean, but there's other states that obviously have been legal for a while now, and I don't know. I just feel like being from New York City is a different beast. That comes with everything.
No,
but
1,000%.
But I
think it was. What happened? Was it Oregon? Oregon, they made all drugs free.
Oh yeah, Oregon's no drugs are legal, bro. You can literally go and smoke cocaine in the middle of the
Buy
street.
crack. There's a crack store, bro.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if there's a crack store. I don't know if there's a crack store.
They sell crack in the store.
Stop playing. They don't stop playing.
Hard ass drug, bro.
I know. Like, yeah, I know. They all got like decriminalized.
They had a whole article. They had a whole article about the store and everything, bro. And I was reading that shit. I said, no fucking.
What owner goes like, yeah, we sell crack, you know, we sell it by the pound. Like, we do it in the back here. Susie does it for me, you know. She's a chemist.
I'm not living there, bro.
No, bro. What do you mean? You should live there. That means there's no crime there. Everyone's so fucked up and high that nothing happens. I would love to live in Oregon. It's like, yo,
I don't know about that.
Oh, you think people are still fucking stealing shit like that just to get their fix? But then again, you have to remember, the shit is so it's found everywhere now. It's so common. Like, you might just be able to find like a scrap on the street and just fucking do what you gotta do. It's like so readily available. It's like literally going to CVS to pick up crack. Here, can I get my prescription? I have like a whole vial of crack for me, please. Waiting from Doctor. What's his phrase?
Basically.
Yeah, they're wild for doing that. They're wild for doing that. But hey, this is the beauty of America, where like each state individually can do whatever the fuck they want.
It's really about bringing money back to the economy. That's what they're really trying to do, boost that shit.
Do you think so?
That's what.
Because
that's a part of it.
Everyone's saying the weed thing is because of Cuomo. Cuomo, yeah. Everyone's saying like, oh, Cuomo's trying to be like, yo, I didn't do shit, bro.
Hey guys, I'm still cool, right?
Oh
hey,
God!
By the power of our government, he's innocent until proven guilty. So I don't give a fuck what he does or doesn't do.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation. I don't want to get to that.
I'm not getting to that one yet. But yes, you are right. You are right.
Yeah, I'm not getting into that. We're talking about weed right now, right? We're talking about legal drugs now.
Yeah. Word. You talking about it's no longer controlled substance, but we're not talking about that no more. I think we got something else to talk about. Trade deadline just passed, huh?
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Marion from the Code 99 Podcast, and I'm here to tell you how you can help us make the podcast better. You can go to your Apple Podcast, your Spotify, or your platform of choice and leave us a comment review. This helps us with our visibility and helps us be better. So don't forget to follow us at Code 99 Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Here we're going to fill you in on what's going on with the podcast and update you, the listeners. Free feel to reach out to us and comment and like and all that stuff. And plus, we get to interact with you guys, our listeners, which is really important, so we can build that audience. Catch you on the next episode and see what we unlock.
No, you was on the money.
Yeah, trade deadline just passed. A lot happened. It would look quiet until like there was 3 hours left. I don't want to get into the big details of the trades, but we all know that biggest thing out there right now is the Brooklyn. I almost called them New Jersey Nets. The Brooklyn Nets. They're a walking all-star team. They got over 40 all-star appearances. They picked up Lamarcus, Aldridge, and Blake Griffin. So that takes them to about 6 current and former all-stars on one team.
Okay. Yes, former all-stars, but like, yo, they're not doing what they were doing 5 years ago. Let's be honest. That's not a super team, bro. I mean, it's a super team because it's Harden and KD.
Yes, it's definitely
Kyrie.
a super team.
Because of those three, not because Blake joined and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that you have those three, and then you add LaMarcus Aldridge, and you add the Griffin.
But you have people online comparing this Nets team to what LeBron had last year on that Lakers team. Talking about he had a super team too. Just because it's Dwight Howard on paper doesn't mean it's Dwight Howard from 2012 where he's fucking like one hand blocking people and shit like that and fucking wrecking. So like
you gotta also remember at that point too. You can't compare the two because it was just LeBron and the band, and I mean LeBron, AD, and the band.
Yeah, but those are all solid role players on that team. The band was good. It wasn't a super team, but they were just good. Like Rondo's good at the end of the day. He's a good basketball player.
No, it wasn't a super team.
It
That's what I'm
wasn't.
saying. You can't compare the two.
But people are calling that a super team just because they're calling this a super team, and I don't think that's fair. And I don't think this is a super team either because Blake ain't gonna give you more than 15 points, bro, at max.
No, it's definitely a super team.
Nah, bro, I don't believe it's a super team. Hell no.
Before Blake Griffin and Lamarcus Aldridge, it was a super team.
1,000%.
Thank you.
No, but I agree with you with that. But everyone's already on the coattails of saying like, "Oh, how much help does KD need? Why are they bringing this All-Star?" And they count. Like, you just called out how many All-Star appearances that group combined has. I don't think that's anything of validation because those two people who they just added aren't going to do shit for that team to win. It's literally going to be on KD and Harden.
No. Okay, see, that's where you're wrong. Okay, so Blake Griffin, he didn't have. All right, at this point in his career, he is not what he used to be, say, 5 years ago, right?
Agreed.
But on that team that he was on, he obviously could not be effective because they were obviously closing in on him. It just shows you now that he has all like the help of the Tuba team or the big three that they had in Brooklyn. Now he could dunk. He has 0 dunks on the Pistons, which is unheard of because even at his age, we know he could still dunk.
Because he can't, bro. Obviously, he can't set up his own dunk because that's his whole game. But
it was a weird fit. It was a weird fit on the Pistons, and they wanted him out the door anyways. So
yeah, so they wasn't giving him looks.
You telling me that Blake Griffin on another team is going to do an impact? What if he would have went somewhere else?
On the Nets team?
No, not on the Nets team. I'm telling you, as soon as he left the Clippers, they traded him to the Pistons, right? If he would have went somewhere else, do you think he would have been an impact?
He had an impact. He got injured when he got to the Pistons.
Like that first year, though. Like when he just got there. He was killing it. Yeah, he was like still like working on his 3-point game, and they had like a couple like young bloods.
I think he would have made an impact if he would have went to Miami or the Lakers. I think he would have made an impact.
No, not the Lakers, but Miami. I agree.
I said one thing when he was going when he was looking to go to the Nets and they were still like not official. I was like, oh, cool, he should go. I think they were saying Blake should go to Miami and some other place and the Nets. And I said as soon as he goes to the Nets, I think, oh, that's a perfect fit because he's going to do the dirty work that KD and all them don't have to do, like get the boards and shit like that, get the putbacks when they need to. Maybe help on the fast break because at the end of the day, like you just said, he still can't dunk. He's just I don't know why was he dunking in Detroit, but.
He wasn't getting those open looks.
But I don't honestly like outside of those three first big three guys, like I don't think this is a super team, bro. I mean it's a super team because they're there. But I don't think those additions aren't gonna do like anything crazy. Unless it's like LA from like the Blazers where he literally has his fucking mid range post game that he was destroying everybody with. I don't know what. Or Blake Griffin literally catching lobs left and right from like Kyrie and Harden.
No. He doesn't have to do that.
You go, Spag, go, because I feel like I said so much already. Go ahead.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Myron, I understand where you're coming from as far as Blake Griffin, but I think Carlton and I are seeing it the same way. He doesn't have to be superstar Lob City Blake. Blake Griffin's another part of his game is him opening up the floor. He's a great playmaker. A lot of people think he doesn't have a lot in the tank, so he's going to be open and getting a lot of looks. Okay. He's going to help space the floor for their big three. And he can shoot. People are going to sag off him. He can shoot.
That's fine. He can shoot, but it's probably going to be like, what, 3 for 10 on the night? Like, I'll let him shoot way before everybody else.
You underestimated him. The same way the effect Draymond has on Curry. Blake could play the same role for Kyrie and James.
I'm not doubting his skill or his IQ, not one bit. But I don't. Okay. I just don't see it, bro. Like
you don't see it.
I think he's gonna do the dirty work for them, like as dirty as he can get because we know he's soft. But
I don't think he can. He's too injury prone to do the dirty work.
He's not, and that's another thing. He's too injury prone. His whole career, he's been taking the most. Physicality.
So he's literally just chilling. That he's like not doing the most, and he's gonna be effective,
picture, right? So here's a big picture. He's gonna be effective because of the position he's playing. Think about the other players he's gonna be playing. You don't have to be a starter. You could be a bench player. You got Lamarcus Aldridge, you got DeAndre Jordan, and you got Blake Griffin. Those are your 3 big men that you could rotate. Now Blake Griffin will play the 4. and so can Lamarcus Aldridge because I know he has.
You telling me because he's doing all these intangibles and stuff like that? Don't get me wrong. I know he's gonna put in work. I just don't think he adds the superstar mentality.
He adds to it. He
adds to the team, not the superstar, not this super team thing.
No, you're right. No, he's not the super team. It's not a big five. It's not a big four.
Well, people are saying it, and people are saying that whatever.
All right. It's no. All right. So let me be clear about my stance. Brooklyn Nets were a super team before they got Lamarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden is the big three for that super team, right? Then you add DeAndre Jordan, then you add Blake Griffin, and then you add Lamarcus Aldridge to help you. Not only are you getting help in the paint, which most teams don't have to defend that, even at their age.
Small ball too, so.
And they could play small ball, but at the end of the day, you're getting at least two guys. You got one defender in DeAndre Jordan who only has to do with defend now. You don't have to even grab a lob, just grab some rebounds, get some blocks. You have him right there, and then you add Lamarcus Aldridge and you add Blake Griffin. Who they're not going to give you 20 a game, but if they could both give you about 10 to 15 a game, if they both give you 10 a game, that's an extra 20 points off the bench, 20 to 30 points.
Agree.
Number two. You gotta remember, when it comes to the playoffs, it's all about depth. It's all about bench depth. Now they have that, and they have it better than a lot of teams now. And this is where it's gonna be comparable to the Lakers of last year. You had Dwight Howard coming off the bench, and you had Rajon Rondo coming off the bench. You had these people who are out of their prime, but they still have the veteran leadership and IQ that can help lead the bench players. They can help bring production when the starters and the big three need to rest. They're not going to give the same production, but they're going to give a lot more than what they had before.
I understand all that stuff. I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page, that doesn't make them a super team. That Blake Griffin is
they're already a super team, but now they're a mega team, though. You gotta.
Oh no, you're wilding, bro. You're wilding.
You got, dude. Yo, when did they have? When's the last time a team had this? When's the last time a team had this? When's the last time a team had a team like this?
Bro, I understand. I understand the depth. I understand depth. That is that. All you just said. Everything you just said. I agree with you 100% with everything you just said, but except the mega team part. I don't think they're a mega team. At the end of the day, it's still going to be KD and Harden winning those games for them in the playoffs.
It's a fact. But the same way. Like that. But yo, did not Rajon Rondo and Dwight Howard help LeBron in some games where they were struggling?
But they were a mega team, bro. You already know that.
I'm saying I'm putting them on this.
You putting them. Okay.
No. I'm putting these players. I'm putting those veteran players in the playoff situations. I'm putting them on the same pedestal as that. I'm not putting them on a mega team. I'm just saying, LeBron. It was LeBron and AD. You got KD. You have Kyrie, and you have again James Harden. They already got more than LeBron and AD. Hey, that's what I'm saying. And then you add the rest.
I honestly think they're on the.
Agree.
I think they're low key on the same place, except the fact that the Nets are a super team, like a super team.
One thing I say is LeBron is still a GOAT, so it don't matter. It don't really matter. Like,
he counts for two people. Yeah, I get it. No, it's not.
Yeah, because nobody could guard him, and they added Andre Drummond. I said DeAndre. They added Andre Drummond, which a lot of people don't see his value, but it's gonna be the same way.
He's still hella young. It's not a big man's league anymore. So
it's not a big man's league, but he's in a perfect position. If Anthony Davis could come back healthy, he's in a great position. Both of them are in a great position. They both have exactly what they need. Because now you have a power forward, you have a big man, and Anthony Davis that can stretch the floor. So now Andre Drummond can be in the paint more.
I think I came off a little strong because I'm not saying that. First of all, the Nets are the favorite to win the East. They're literally they're gonna fucking dog everybody because like I said, they're deep as shit. Like whatever. I'm just I like all this super team talk gets me so mad because I feel like, especially that whole they're clowning KD because they're talking about how much help that he needs and all that stuff. Like, bro, like if I got the money to it, I'm fucking getting AD, LA and fucking Blake too, bro. What the fuck?
Right.
For a fact, but it's like, yeah, I'm not even mad at him. I'm mad at fucking Lamarcus Aldridge.
Bro, cause he could.
He didn't have to do that.
I think LA could have fucking went to like he could have won the chip on his own, or stayed with the Portland Trailblazers and killed it. But you know, like,
he should have went to Miami. Fuck that. Fuck what you heard.
Nah, he wasn't going with Miami, bro.
He took the easy way out.
He definitely did take the easy way out, bro.
Fuck him.
Blake already knew, and I wanted him to go to the Nets.
No, Lamarcus Aldridge didn't win no damn ring.
No, yeah.
Oh, I said he needs to win a ring. That's why he did it.
Oh, he fucking.
Bro, he could have won a ring or competed for a ring a long time ago. He wanted to go, quote unquote, back home, and he went to San Antonio to be just part of a system.
Right.
He didn't like,
and he acted like a little whiny little bitch.
Because he didn't like it. That's your fault. You should have never went there. That system's not for everybody, as we can tell, because the Spurs haven't been doing anything. So
I need to pull in my spots.
No, bro, like you went to a system and you don't like the system. You fucked up. You should have just stayed in Portland and got your money and played with Dame Dollar.
No, but you know why he couldn't? Because he got jealous of the spotlight being on Dame. Man, fuck Lamarcus.
Are you serious, bro?
I used to rock with him. I
love LA. I love LA's game. I think he's one of my low-key one of my favorite players because I like the way he plays. He plays post up that two pointers off the elbows and shit. Like it's dope, but.
And he got a nice shot from that mid range.
Yeah, so like if it's true about the whole like sharing the spotlight with Dame, bro, I'm trying to win. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck if I'm Batman, Robin, Batgirl, or Alfred. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, a lot of people got egos, man. That's another issue. That's why a lot of them.
Let me interject real quick, Carlton. When Dame came into the league, players obviously some didn't see that the game was evolving. So putting the ball in Dame's hands at that time and letting him figure things out and mature and become a floor leader, especially as how good he was early on, like it made sense. And then like players like Lamarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, whereas like the game is shifting. So if Lamarcus Aldridge would have played an actual a stretch five, where like from time to time we'll have you on the 3-point line, but then when it comes to like playing a team that's like small, we need you to dominate inside on the 5. Like if he was willing to do that,
yeah,
bro, that team. And when CJ McCollum
aside from his ego or whatever,
bro, with him, they probably would have had like a little big 3 in Portland, if anything.
Basically, as the game evolved, he was no longer suitable as playing a 4. Where like before, where you could be the 4 and you could be like a decent, good rebounder and still play the mid-range game, but it became where these 4s that are like 6'10", 6'11", you guys got to play center now and guard the paint and be able to shoot the outside ball. But now, you see players like LA, Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis, they don't particularly like playing center.
Yeah, that's an issue. I mean, I get it. You can say they soft, you can say whatever, but like, you can see what's happening to Anthony Davis. Him trying to play that role, he been getting injured. Like it's just not smart. Need someone like Andre Drummond to come in.
Speaking of Andre Drummond, what do you guys think about the transaction? Lakers probably got maybe the second or third biggest name during the trade deadline. What do you guys think about that move?
It's all right. No, it's all right.
I think it was
I don't know, bro. Because the way I feel about it is like I know who's out there. Jazz are still like out there, and the Denver Nuggets are still out there, But like I think that do we really doubt LeBron and the Lakers going back to the finals? They just added something like to help them to get there, especially now that they're hurt. So
yeah, so I felt like their position and their like projection was being shaky just because they were hurt.
Yeah, and
LeBron doesn't usually get injured, so when his injuries is it's an injury that lingers when he gets injured. Like his groin injury a couple seasons ago.
Oh yeah.
His first season with the Lakers. That even when he came back, it messed up the production of the whole team that they couldn't even make the playoffs. And now you add Anthony Davis to the fold where he has like an Achilles strain, which is not good either. So it does help. It helps with the ride on the way to the playoffs, so they could get more rest.
Yep.
And again, Davis, he's not playing the big man role as much. He could play more of like a not in the paint. He's not playing in the paint as much. He's playing more of a stretch role, more in the mid range, where he don't have to battle in the paint and it relieves the pressure from him. He has another big man, and he still has Montrezl Harrell. Who now that you add Draymond Green, Andre Drummond. Now that you add Andre Drummond, and you have Marcus Hall coming off the bench. Montrezl Harrell could kind of play power forward too if they want to go big. So there's a lot. They have a good rotation now with their big men, and it allows Anthony Davis to do his thing, offensively, and still get his defensive blocks and rebounds without having to battle all the big men. But I truly believe this is where Andre Drummond gets his legacy. If he plays it right, he has a chance to be on the same levels as a Dennis Rodman. And that's really if he has a work ethic and he could check his ego. If he don't need the ball, he let Anthony Davis, LeBron do their thing. He's solely focused on defense and rebounding. He has that motor and the rate to do exactly that. So I'm hoping this is he takes this opportunity.
Agreed.
This team could beat Brooklyn Nets if they're healthy. Now, what you said?
Chris probably disagrees.
How you feel about it, Myron?
Yeah.
I thought it was a great pickup. I just don't think it's gonna work out. I think there were other teams best suited for him. I just don't know if he has the heart of a champion or if he has like that dog in him.
We haven't seen him.
He's played on like losing teams his entire career. So now to change to a team that has like championship expectations, I don't know if he can make the leap. I don't think he has he has to prove he has the heart of a champion. He's been on losing teams his entire career, so it's easy to grab these stats, and then after year after year after year, she's like, damn, this player has been so consistent on a shitty ass team with this poor management failing to put a good coach and plays around him. If we put him in a winning situation, he'll help out a team that needs reassurance or to get over the hump, and then you place the player there, and then it's an experiment. I don't know if like the means is going to justify the end as far as him. I'm like on the fence about him. I think he's a great talent, but to go from like the worst team, one of the worst teams, like the past however many years LeBron has left him,
10 years.
to like to not the best team is just like it's not an easy transition. So I'm like curious to see how he performs. And even though he got injured in his debut, by the time he got injured in the third quarter, he only had 4 points and 1 rebound.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird that he got injured the first game. We got to see about that. I do agree. He hasn't really been battle tested. He has very few playoff experience. We gotta see what happens. I believe he's in the right spot for himself. I think the only other team that would have been better for him would be like the Dallas Mavericks.
I would love to see him on Boston or Dallas or New York, because then Mitchell Robinson is out.
That would have been nice.
Boston would have been good.
I would have liked him on the Knicks. That would have been nice.
Knicks too, but that's the same situation.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like, if he's not battle tested, how he gonna help a team that still needs help?
But that team needs help.
That's a young team.
Yeah, young team.
Yeah, that team, right? They need help.
So he
LeBron won a chip without
he would have Drummond on the Knicks would have like probably rejuvenated them, like not giving them like, because they're already hyped, they're already like on the right track, they've been kicking ass, but like that would have given them more incentive to be even more better than they already are, and probably showing how to play some good defense.
Yeah, I believe I get what you're saying. I feel like him having a lesser role deserves his energy, and if he could focus that again, I'm not saying he's gonna be truly like a Dennis Rodman, but again, he averaged like 14 boards a game. Like he can still play that many minutes and just focus on defensive end and let him get his like hustle on the offense. But we gotta see. We gotta see.
Yeah, we about to see if those numbers he was putting out really translate.
Hey, it kind of worked out for Kevin Love.
No,
Averaging over 10 rebounds for his first few years.
he didn't live up to the Gauly expectations.
But yeah, no.
There's a lot of times.
I don't see Andre Drummond on that stage right now anyway, so.
What do you mean on that stage? They're going to the goddamn finals, so he
yeah. So what I mean is like this. So when Kevin Love joined the Cavaliers and the Lakers, and LeBron, he was at a more of a peak of his career. He was averaging like over 25 and like 12 boards, 13 boards.
Right.
And Love. Andre Drummond, he's already came down from what he's like already peaked, is what I'm saying. And he's already like showing signs of progression. But you got three guys who could stretch the floor out for you, and you got LeBron who's going to be the one that's facilitating from the paint.
Yeah, you're right.
Andre Drummond got all the time in the world to do what he got to do, even if he's not going to grab the board. No one else is going to stop him down there.
I agree with it. It's just a perfect spot for him to be like really show like, oh, he's on the big ass stage, he has a chance to compete, so there's no reason for him to not play at his best or at his full potential.
I believe his biggest concern is learning how to play less of a role because he hasn't yet.
Yeah,
he's
young still, bro. He's still young.
Yeah, he's only 27.
So he has a lot of. Yeah, that's crazy. He's only 27, but he's gonna be playing behind Anthony Davis and be playing behind LeBron. So
he's gonna learn too. So
he's gonna learn, and again, hopefully he learn how to check his ego because he's gonna be tested. I believe he will.
Great pickup. I still don't think it was the best spot for him though, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I really think.
We'll see.
I think the expectations are a little too high. I think showcase his worth would have been Dallas, Boston, or New York.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying there. Yeah, I get what you're saying in that standpoint. As far as where those teams are and what they could use.
Like for example, before KG went to the Celtics, he had playoff battles. Yes, there were many years he got bounced early, and then he had that year he went to the conference finals. But it's like he knew what it was like to go through highs and lows on a playoff journey. Drummond, he got swept in the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
he was in Detroit, and I know they played LeBron before when he was in Detroit. I could be wrong, but it's just like, if he was in a situation where this is like, he was always like a 7/8 seed, getting bounced out early, and then he finally goes to a team like LA where like he just had no help in his previous stop, then I can like see him like living up to like the expectations. But I feel like this is a big jump for him. I feel like this is a big jump.
It is a big jump. You never know where it could come to.
That's true. I hope it works out for him though. He seems like he doesn't cheat the game. A lot of big men don't even want to fucking rebound nowadays. So
just
you know what it is? I see the game. I just see the game differently. Like I see where it's like, yo, you should sacrifice for your team. Like someone like Westbrook, you could talk about OKC's 3, right? Like they broke up because they wasn't gonna offer James Harden a max deal, and he was a 6th man and all this other stuff. Like, imagine if they stayed like that. Imagine they stayed just like that in that position. with all of them building in that core and all of them building together and where they could have been like the Spurs. They all dispersed. Only person that found success within that so far has been Kevin Durant. They all found individual success. That's cool. But, again, I don't know. At the end of the day, when it comes down to who's great, who's not, whatever, it all goes down to who's a winner. Sometimes it's better to play your skills on a team that's going to win. So, yeah, he could join the Knicks. Yeah, he could join the Mavericks. But you're not going to win no damn championship. So, yeah, he might maximize his skills. He might show his stats might be prime and pristine, and the team might be better. But they're not going to win no damn championship. So, who cares? Take the lesser role and be on the team. You're grown. He's only 27. 3 years. LeBron's not going to be where he at. Anthony Davis is going to be older. He's already been injury prone. So guess what? Now he's going to be 30 years old, in his prime still. And big men get better in age. And hopefully he learns some skills more than just athleticism. And he's going to learn how to win. He's still going to be valuable and still pick up a good contract and probably be on one of those teams where he can still help if he's still not on the Lakers.
I agree.
Wait, he does he stay out on the Lakers after they win or whatever happens after the season?
No. I hope so. I mean, if they win, I don't see why you're leaving unless you want a bigger contract.
I say he goes.
I think he goes too. Win or lose.
Depends on his value after the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said, it's a big stage for him. Now he has to show up. This is where he shows up. If he still got it in him, or the hunger that that Sprout was talking about, like
I think Davis showed up last year.
Yeah, but we know AD had it all this whole time. He just had shitty teams, and he always came to play.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Even when the Warriors sent his ass home, he still gave them like 30 and 11.
Yeah, bro, he was cooking.
It's just the Pelicans wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it was literally just like the Golden State Warriors. It was just shitting on him.
Drummond's not that kind of player either. He's not.
Well, we gotta wait and see what happens.
Yeah. So there's only like one other big trade. It was Miami.
Oh,
Miami got Oladipo.
It's more than one. We have a couple more, but we're gonna talk about the Miami trade.
Miami, they got Oladipo. They only gave up Kelly Olynyk and Avery Bradley. Great switch, great swap. Obviously, it seems like Houston is trying to rebuild at this point.
Well, the hell are rebuilding?
Losing on purpose. They got mad draft picks. Makes sense.
Poor John Wall, man.
John Wall's like over there about to be hyped, talking mad shit in the beginning of the season.
Because I still think he got it in him, but when you're not motivated, when your team doesn't motivate you, why are you gonna be motivated for? So
that's another person that's on the Andre Drummond side of things. He need to go on a team where he could win right now, where his value is still valuable.
Yeah,
instead of waiting on a team that's not gonna win.
Because he gave Washington everything, and he was he just
I'd rather have like 2-3 rings so I could be in that talk than be one of those guys who never won a ring. Well, I don't know. So Oladipo to Miami, great move. That's a great asset. I think people trying to make this another big three, but I feel like he's just gonna be like the sixth man, but he's gonna add to points. He's gonna get his good buckets, but again, the team's always been a collective. So, what y'all think about the trade?
I like it. Just helps out Miami, especially now that they're back on the groove. They've been winning games and stuff, so he just helps them on the road back to like the playoffs and stuff.
Do you see Oladipo as a starter?
Oh hell no, he's a 6-man.
He should be a 6-man. I really feel like he should be a 6-man.
He should lead the second unit. Who starts for Miami?
It's Hero. What?
Hero, Goran, Hero, Jimmy,
Bam.
Bam. Who the fuck is the other big?
But right now, it's
Is it Reza?
Visa.
Or
Yeah.
is the guy they got from the Kings?
Who they got from the Kings?
Oh wait, no.
Trevor Ariza.
Or does Duncan Robinson start? Is it
They
Duncan
switch
Robinson?
off. They switch off between Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson from time to time. But
So there you go. Regardless of the fact, whoever comes off with the bench with
it's Trevor
Oladipo,
Ariza right now.
yeah, Oladipo should actually lead the second unit. And
That team
dog.
rotates. That team never like has a solidified star. Like the star is gonna be going. Even Goran switches every now and then. He switches with Kendrick Nunn in the starting spot. It's really just Bam and Jimmy Butler. They the real starters. Everybody else rotate.
That's cool.
Depot should be 6 man. They should have like Goran, like you said, start and Trevor Ariza. I know they said that they want to make him a starter going forward. Everybody else should be shooters. And then Oladipo come in, control the second team. He got all the shine in the world. He could drop 30. Hopefully Miami rejuvenates him. He could drop 40 again. Miami giving a W. I know. But it's not like he don't have that potential.
No, he does. I think I think they'll be fine if they keep him as a 6 man.
Yeah.
I just if he was in the starting lineup, I would be a little iffy about it because he's not shooting great. Jimmy's not a great shooter, and Tyler Hero's not shooting as well as he was shooting last year. So I think it's best he comes off the bench, and then he's not a point. He's a combo guard. So
yes, I agree. Tyler Hero is not shooting as good, but he didn't shoot the best into the playoffs. I don't know. I feel like Miami, they had a slow start, so everyone was playing bad in the beginning of the season. Again, like Jimmy Butler and Ben was there in the beginning of the season, and they had a short turnover. They played in the finals, had a tough battle. On top of that, like again, if you don't have your stars there, you don't expect your role players to play like stars. You can't. You know what I'm saying? He's there for the future. He's still developing, and again, these are shooters that they need to be able to have players to create space for them. He's not. They're trying to make him into a point guard for a while, and he's not a real point guard. He's a guy who's good to come on off the screens and like shooting that three or the mid range, and him trying to be a point guard and him creating for himself. Maybe if he played that role for 2-3 years, but right now that's not gonna work out for him. So
yeah, that's where they went wrong at trying to put him full time as a point guard. That's not his position.
Yeah, that was the only issue with I believe with Miami's but like again now they got their team back. They're playing back in their system, winning a lot more. Now you just add Oladipo. They didn't have to give up any of their shooters. You got to keep their shooters. And you just add someone else that's going to help them stretch the floor. So, like you say, he's a combo guard. So, there's a lot you can do with that team. The only issue I say is they don't have no big man, and Bam can't be there. Bam is great, especially for small ball era. I feel like every team needs at least one 7-footer. Like Anthony Davis bodied him last year in the finals. Like Anthony Davis is not even the biggest dude in the league. He was making him look like a baby. So you don't have no one else bigger than you to guard any other big man. What's your answer to that? Bring more shooters out? Like you gotta have some type of size. So hopefully they could pick somebody else up. I don't even think there's any like other big men out that can help them.
Unless they're looking at somebody in the G League or something. But yeah, I don't think there's any 7-footers out there.
Yeah, because they have Precious Achiuwa. He's a rookie, and he's only 6'9", so really need another true center. We'll see what happens.
Unless they're just confident in their team to make another trip to the finals.
Yeah, all in all, they're a better team. All in all, they're a better team. So, and I don't know how they're gonna get past Brooklyn. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
KD's just resting up. What was it? The Slim Reaper is just resting.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say is Miami got more chemistry, but Yeah, we do. That's sometimes that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
matter.
all the trades. Anybody else got to say anything about this trade?
No.
No.
Good looking for Miami,
So
to be honest.
What other trades we got?
We had Vucevic.
Oh yeah, I forgot they exploded Orlando. They imploded them.
Oh yeah, you talking about Vucevic?
Yeah, Vucevic. Yeah, whatever. Vucevic.
He went to the Bulls. That was a good
Vucevic,
pickup
he
on
went to
him.
the Bulls from Orlando. That was a good pick.
And
that was a great
Gordon,
pickup.
what's his name? Damn, I forgot his name.
Then Hayward to
No, not Gordon
the
Hayward.
Nuggets.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon.
Oof. Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He wanted to go to. He wanted to go to Boston. He wanted to go Boston. I'm like, why you want to go to Boston for? It's so weird. Gonna ruin what they don't have.
Yeah, Boston didn't need him. I mean, Vucevic would have been nice on Boston, but I don't think.
I like him better on the Bulls because of him and Zach LaVine could start doing like creating something, you know.
Yeah, they could definitely create something. See, I can see that happening. He deserves to be in a playoff picture. To be honest,
Yeah,
he's helping out the Bulls team that's going to give him more points on the paint. No, I mean it's a good. I feel like it's a good team, but I just felt like Boston would have probably been a better team as far as like where Boston's at and what they needed to. But Bulls still needs a lot more. I feel like got a young core though, which is great.
That's why he would have been a better fit for Boston, to be honest.
It's Bulls need a lot more. Like what you said, Marion. They're creating something.
I like it.
And got Kobe White.
I like it.
He's a second.
But you know what it is? I think it's because Boston didn't have a contract to match. Because in the trade, they sent back between Chicago and Orlando. Chicago sent Otto Porter to Orlando, and remember, Otto Porter had that ridiculous contract from back in his days in Washington.
Yeah, trash. I don't know. They were stupid. I'm like, they just giving people dumbass contracts. He fucking broke the league with those contracts. Like they did not. A lot of these players getting max contract. Like even Gordon Hayward got a fucking crazy contract right now.
That was crazy, to be honest.
Come on, dude. Whatever, man. He does. I don't get it, but whatever. You continue. My bad.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup though by Chicago. You got another All-Star to pair with your All-Star, and you finally got rid of that damn contract of Otto Porter, and then he wasn't serviceable anyways. That was a good move by Chicago. I'm surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. That was out of nowhere, and I mean it was good for it. Really is good for them for the future. Yeah, they still got Zach LaVine and Kobe White and
Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, they got a nice young squad. They're gonna come up like the young Bulls when D Rose was there. You remember that those times?
Yeah, but they're not gonna come up like that though. That was a nice shout out to Derrick Rose, but those Bulls ain't gonna come up like the D Rose Bulls.
It's a different team, but have a young core that could do some damage next season and the season after that. They expand on the team that they got without losing nobody or losing their core. I like that Nuggets trade as well.
We also got Orlando. They traded Evan Fornier to Boston.
Who cares? That's not a role player.
What do you think, Myron?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was posting on the IG for us.
Boston getting Evan Fornier from Orlando.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know, man. Like, cause the thing is, I feel so indifferent with Boston right now because, they're just not. I don't know what they need to get over the hump. They got talent. They got a decent coach, so I don't know what's going on over there. Like,
experience in the center.
The experience in the center.
Yeah, but they had Al Horford like a season ago, didn't they?
Yeah, but they could use him again. We didn't talk about that. They could use him again.
I don't.
Here's my.
They need a different kind of center.
I'm gonna let you answer, Carter, before I rant.
No, you can go ahead.
You know, Boston problem is they're fucking GM.
Age.
Every fucking trade deadline, every fucking offseason, he's trying to flip a player on his team in exchange for someone else. Sometimes you have to keep certain pieces beyond your stars intact.
Mm-hmm.
Every year he's flipping. I'm gonna flip Isaiah for Kyrie, Kyrie for Kimba, and next year it'll probably be fucking Kimba for Westbrook. Like, and the only thing that remains is the coach, Brad Stevens, Tatum, Brown. Eventually, he's going to trade Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson hasn't worked out. Kemba Walker's been injured, even though we know he's a primetime player.
Yeah.
Then they got a bunch of fucking young rookies, not rookies, but young players, playing center and power forward. They rely too much on Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum trying to score 35 points each. Now you bring in Evan Fornier, which to me doesn't make any sense. I don't know what his contract is like, and I can't compare it to Gordon Hayward. I'm pretty sure Gordon Hayward probably got 10 to 15 million more dollars than Evan Fournier, but you could have did a sign and trade with Gordon Hayward and got some pieces back somehow. It's just like I'm telling you, next offseason is gonna be the same thing if they don't fire Brad Stevens, and I blame Danny Ainge.
They definitely. Yo, if they fire Brad Stevens, I think that's so bad. So bad.
Like they don't have anybody. This team went from having Jake Crowder, some Al Horford, these role players. The Morris twin. They kept Smart. Who else did they have? Even years prior, I think during the Isaiah Thomas days, they had Evan Turner, but he's not even in the league anymore, I believe. Like they had all of these like players you could like just plug in, and now they basically down to Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Kimba. He's like dealing with like a knee injury, I believe, and Marcus Smart. Like you can't go nowhere with 4 players. This is similar to OKC when they had Russ and KD trying to carry the load every time. And then when one of them would get injured and they try to come back in time, it didn't work out.
Oh.
And OKC, is a great comparison because they didn't round their roster out well around their stars. They had Russ, KD, Harden, Ibaka, Jeff Green. Then they flipped Jeff Green. They got Kendrick Perkins because they needed some size. And then they went to the finals. They were being cheap with Harden taking the extra money. They didn't give him time. Showing him money. They didn't give him time to make a decision. They traded him to Houston. And then they just kept drafting fucking defenders from college and shit. Players who really didn't have any skills to put around Durant and fucking Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like sucks. Boston has a shitty ass team.
It sucks, man, because they have good talent on that team that should be competing. But hey, front office sucks.
I think he's a good general manager. I think he just gets over anxious, like overzealous.
Like he's not
relax.
Patient.
You don't have to make a trade every goddamn opportunity that you're given.
True.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they do need to keep their core players, like you said, beyond their stars, so they could have an identity. And again, build your star. They all young. They don't know how. Like I think Kyrie just came out and said this shit too. Like they don't know how to win. Like they just score, but they don't. It's like what's the winning players? What's the smart players? You don't have to like. It comes down to the little things, and then it comes down to your the help. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Something tells me they're gonna shake up the team a little bit. I don't know. There was little rumbles about Jaylen Brown, when it was like when it came to James Harden. So we'll see what happens in the future with him if they can't find the right trade deal. I feel like they do have a nice core, but obviously Jason Tatum is their star player, their number one guy. So we'll see what happens with that team. They still need to build, like you said. They need some veteran leadership. They need like a big man, but like a stretch big. Someone at least like, I don't know, 6'10", 6'11", who can shoot. Not even really shoot, but just
someone other than Tristan Thompson, basically.
Man, tell that nigga just go. He over here about to have another baby with Chloe, and the nigga not even being claimed right now.
Yikes!
My girl let me watch that episode, so I was like, yo, he over here complaining to Kim Kardashian. It's a Scott. Like,
fun fact, I saw some tweet on Twitter, and
what you want me to know?
I saw someone on Twitter talking about like, I didn't know he sounded like this, and I literally honestly thought about it. Like, I'd never heard Tristan Thompson talk, and I heard him talk. I'm like, whoa, I got so flabbergasted. Like what is he, like 7 feet, and he sounds like that? I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, as well.
We got another important move. LA Clippers picked up Rondo.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
What, the Clippers? I thought Rondo, really?
Yeah.
It just replaced Patrick Beverly.
Wasn't Rondo on Atlanta?
No, not Pat Bev. Pat Bev is still there. They sent out Lou Williams to Atlanta.
Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Right.
I didn't hear about this.
They said Lou Will. Yeah, that did happen. That was like a low.
Oh, they said Lou Will to. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, now it makes sense.
He used to play for that team before.
It don't matter. Playoff P don't show up. April Fools, guys. Paul George is going to the playoffs.
Rajon Rondo going to tell all LeBron's moves.
Yep, LeBron.
Wow,
Rondo's just there to like slap some sense into Paul George.
That was funny. Rondo did that shit on purpose. He said, "Let me get my ring with him, earn all his chicks, and I'm out." I'm out. Now I'm using it all, and I'm in.
Now he's gonna help the Clippers win.
Clippers they're not going to the finals, bro. They're not going over there.
What is wrong with the Clippers to you guys? What is wrong? What's missing?
Nothing's missing. They're just, I don't think they got it in them.
This is not good enough. Yo, listen, let me tell you something. This is what it is. Everyone's hyped. Yo, Kawhi Leonard, he's a great player, a great defensive two-way player, whatever. He ain't that superstar everyone think he is. He had a great run in Toronto, but that team already had a team and chemistry, and he just added that extra for that season. And he got an ego, and then thought he was gonna make a super team or a nice team somewhere else. The shit did not work out because there's no chemistry. They just lost their coach, and it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out for them. All I see is when I see them play, all I see is Leonard shooting. Then I see Paul George shooting. Do the same shit that Boston do. Just go off each other and try and score. There's no real systems, no real, and both of them, and the two stars are not playmakers, and that's why they needed Rondo.
Yeah,
Rondo
they're not at all.
So that's why they're not gonna win. They're both the same type of players. They're both two-way players that would be great and with other great players, but not together.
Atlanta wins in this situation only because the Will is about to rejuvenize the economy by going to all the strip clubs in Atlanta.
That's how he really got traded down there. He over here like, I'm about to retire.
He didn't even care, bro. I'm just gonna retire. He didn't even care, bro. He already proved that he's like one of the best six men of all time, and he got his, so he's good. He got a Drake track, bro. What happened?
He's gonna throw some of the best off-season parties down there, probably.
Bro, he's gonna put Trae Young down the drain, bro. He's like, "Come, son, I'm gonna teach you the right ways."
Exactly. He gonna help him on the court too. Gonna help each other on the court. He gonna keep him young. He gonna give him some veteran leadership. But yeah, is there any more trades though?
Any more big trades? The Nuggets picked up JaVale McGee. Let me think off the
Next.
top of my head. Next.
Aaron Gordon's in Nuggets. That's a great pickup for
Next. No, he's gonna help him.
What do you think about that move?
next.
Aaron Gordon on the Nuggets.
Brings the top 3 in the West.
Yeah.
That's what that does.
1000%. He's a good player. I think he's in the same predicament as Andre Drummond. Like he's got to show up. He's got to show up now. He's got the platform to at least to really compete. So he got to show up. See what happens.
Yeah.
We have this one more interesting trade. Gary Trent for Normal Powell. Portland sends Gary Trent to Toronto for Normal Powell. It seems like the review on that trade, the reception was just like lukewarm. Like they basically traded, as far as like point production, same amount. I believe Norman Powell probably averages more than Gary Trent because he's like higher on the totem pole. But I don't know if that was a necessary move for Portland.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe they wanted more defense or like more size. I mean, they're just looking for more size in the perimeter. I don't know.
That's
I don't see him.
That was my guess. I thought maybe they wanted a little more playmaking, and Powell's not that much bigger than Trent, but he is. So then you get someone who's a little more experienced. Then also, I think I could be wrong. I think Gary Trent had a payday coming up also.
Okay, could be contract stuff too.
Right. But he's definitely a spark plug off the bench, so that's why I was kind of surprised that they like gave him up.
Was it?
Yeah, we basically hit every major trade.
It don't matter. Knicks in 5.
No, we got one more. Whoa. We got one of the biggest losers trade deadline. The fucking Sixers. The Philadelphia Sixers.
They didn't get anybody.
They got George Hill. Cool.
They got injuries. Yeah, I'm saying.
Basically, you see what they doing over there in Brooklyn. You go get Kyle Lowry. I don't want to hear it. You go get him.
But they didn't take
asking for too much.
Toronto. Is he really? Because Toronto said they weren't going to deal with him. They weren't dealing him.
He gave a little piece. Drake called him on his last game. Like, well, what was potentially his last game? Come on, man. Philly was supposed to pick that up.
At one point, he was trending because the Heat was supposed to go to the Heat. So on Twitter, he was trending.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That was they added something else to the perimeter.
It don't matter
until gonna get Kyle Lowry without giving up too much.
Until Ben Simmons hits a 3, bro, they ain't going nowhere. So that's pointing. That's it. He got to start shooting the ball.
It's not gonna happen.
They never. That means they're never winning.
It's not gonna happen. He's not. That's it. He's not shooting. He is what he is.
That's so crazy to me, bro. I'd just rather go 0-20 than not shoot. Is that bad?
Some people don't have it in.
Bro, I don't get it.
Look what they did to Paul George. He hit the. Paul George was hitting the side of the backboard, and people got on him for that. Ben Simmons is not about to start shooting 20 jump shots a game.
But Paul George wants to be the star of the team, or at least be like one of the top dogs on that team. So that's why he does that. Ben Simmons does it without even trying to do any of the intangibles, just because he plays good defense and has a decent IQ. And I don't know, man. I think he's not doing it all to be like up there, you know. I don't know.
Just need to be on a different team with more shooters.
But he needs to shoot.
He don't need to shoot. He don't necessarily need to shoot.
Bro, give me
not necessarily, because every starting lineup has like one weak link offensively. So
give me a midi,
but you're right. But again,
give me
like
a free throw, bro.
Yeah, I get it, but you're like, okay, take the shooting out. This nigga is still 6'10". He's still how like what? He's still big as fuck. he's still a playmaker, still an all-around guy. He's still gonna get you 20 points.
Yeah, no, I just like clowning him.
10 rebounds, 8 assists. Yeah, he could do that. I know he can't shoot, but just put him on the right team while he still has a chance for his whole career is done. Before we end this, I want to get quick take, right? The season happened. I know we had our beginning, season predictions of what's going to happen for the season. I just want to know y'all take where we at right now. As far as playoff predictions go,
bro, Knicks in 5.
Basically.
Knicks in 5. All right, who's your top? Who's the top 3 teams in the East? Who's your top 3 teams in the West?
Top according to standards, or the best 3?
Your best 3.
Yeah,
Who do you think?
Who do you think is gonna end 1, 2, 3 in the East, and who do you think is gonna end the season 1, 2, 3 in the West?
I'll go first. Currently, we have Boston, Philly, the Bucks. It's gonna stay that way, in my opinion. In the West, it's currently Utah, Phoenix, and the Clippers. It's gonna stay that way. I think when it comes to playoff times, the best 2 teams are gonna be Philly and Brooklyn versus the Lakers and
The Jazz, no?
the Lakers and Denver.
I can see that matchup. It's either gonna be Lakers and Denver, or the Lakers and Clippers. I believe.
Top 3 in the West for me is top 3 in the West is probably gonna stay the same, to be honest. The way I'm looking at it. And then on the East, I think it's gonna be Brooklyn, Bucks, Philly.
Okay.
If Philly and the Bucks have to meet in the second round, or let's just say however the standings, let's just say the winner goes on to face Brooklyn in the conference finals. Who wins that series? Philly's healthy, Milwaukee's healthy.
I'm taking Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm taking Brooklyn.
I said that wrong. I meant Philly and the Bucks. Winner has to face Brooklyn.
I'm taking Philly.
Yeah.
I'm taking Philly.
Oh, I'm taking Milwaukee on that one.
I'm taking Philly.
You taking Milwaukee, Carson?
Giannis don't got it in him, bro. He's not a winner, bro. He's a 2-man. He's a Robin. He's not a Batman.
Yeah. I think him and Joel Embiid got this low key rivalry that no one talks about. That's number 1. So I would love to see that matchup. I think when it comes to that matchup, Giannis always has his hand. As far as the rest of the team goes, well, it's gonna be tough. This year is different because Philly has Doc Rivers as a coach, and that really plays a big role in playoff, right? But as far as I see, Milwaukee has the better chemistry, and although they haven't added any big names over the past 2 seasons, they added some good role players, some really key role players, and they always upgraded. So, and they just added someone else, right? Didn't they just add someone else?
Milwaukee? PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker. That's a good pickup. And he's a young. Yeah, that's helps him stretch the floor out. They could play a little bit small ball. He's a good 3-point shooter, especially in the corner. You already know. Helps open up the floor for Giannis. And for a little ass nigga, he's only 6'6". He could guard the big men. He's real tough. So it'd be good. It'd be good to see. My top 3 teams, I think, is gonna be Brooklyn number 1, Philly number 2, Milwaukee number 3, and for the West, I think it's gonna be Utah number 1, Suns stay at number 2, and I think Denver is gonna move to the number 3 spot. Do you see any teams falling off of playoff race? You know, they have the play-in tournament now, so you get up to 10 10 teams, you could say. Is there anybody you see gonna do the play-in tournament or like stay from the play-in tournament on both sides?
I have the Hornets falling out the playoffs.
Oh, big facts. They lost on Melo.
Yeah,
Melo Jr. I like
Agree.
calling him Melo Jr. because he's just not Melo.
The play-in, I could see Toronto making a push,
hmm
and I think that might. Yeah, I could see Toronto making a push. The West, I feel like it's set, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
The West is set, but
I
you
don't
can
think
never count
so.
out the Warriors.
I don't think so. I don't think the West is set.
I think the West is just getting ready to go into the playoffs.
The West ain't set.
Why?
Look at the teams in the 10th seed, 10, 11, 12 seed. Oh, game and a half away from each other.
And I ain't counting on none of them to do any damage. So
And they still got to do the play-in anyway.
Yeah. Grizzlies. I
unless
don't know. Grizzlies might fall off. I don't think they're making a play-in tournament. Maybe they will. I think it's gonna be them on the Pelicans. Seems like they gained this team, but like you said, they're not really making any big steam. But Pelicans could do something if they make it. I think yeah, they hit a stride these past 10 games or past 10, 15 games. And Zion been playing really well after the All-Star break. So if he could keep the momentum going, I think they could do something. San Antonio Spurs, they up there, but I don't like that team, man. Like I don't see them, especially if they just got rid of Aldridge. They didn't really get much back, so they didn't get anything back because they released him. So like I don't see them doing any damage in this playing tournament. So anyone they face has a chance to beat them, and that's only if they stay in. Because then again, so they 11 games before they 24 and 21. They 3 games for 500, and you got Pelicans who are 4 games under. Say the next 10 games happen, and San Antonio go on a losing streak. They lose. Now they even, and Pelicans are even in the next 10 games. They both have like 500 records. A lot could change from there. So like those last few seeds, they're still up for grabs. As far as the East go, anything can happen too because those motherfuckers they all suck. Those teams honestly are more. They all losing. It's funny because this is looking like back in the old days. You got Boston at number 8 with 23 and 25, and that doesn't even make sense. Indiana Pacers 21 and 25. Chicago Bulls 19 and 27. And they're in the number 10 seed. The Chicago Bulls are the number 10 seed. They're in the playing tournament, and they're 19 and 27. They're 8 games below 500. Like, you got Toronto on the edge. Even Wizards are coming back. Wizards 17-29, but they're only 2 games behind Chicago, so they still got a chance too. Westbrook has been getting triple doubles out the ass lately. I don't know what's been happening. He turned it up. They win a little bit, but you don't know what's gonna happen. Chicago might stay in. I don't see any of the team dropping off for real though. Oh, except for Charlotte. Charlotte might go a bad streak, but their record they're in the number 4 seed right now, so they still have a chance to stay in if they can keep momentum until the playoffs or until the play-in tournament at least. I think New York stays within the play-in tournament. I mean, they don't. I mean, they stay within the top 6 teams. I don't think they're gonna slide down. Miami stays within the top 6 teams.
Defense wins games, bro. That's literally what they've been doing.
Yeah, but sometimes you can fizzle out. You're playing that hard defensively, especially on the Thibodeau. Sometimes you could fizzle out, drain yourself. But they have a young team, so it's not like they got veteran older players where it's just like, all right, we're too damn old to be playing 37 minutes a game of hard, intense defense. So the Knicks, long as they improve their offense, they'll be all right. Final question. MVP picks. Myron, you originally had Dame at the start of the season. Carlton, you had Anthony Davis, and I had either Luka, Giannis, or Dame.
Dame.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you had AD, bro.
Boy, sure I was wrong.
Dame Dollar all day.
Dame Dollar.
Yep.
Dame.
He's willing that team to get wins, bro, and that's what an MVP does.
But yeah.
That's all about seeding, though.
No, it's not. It shouldn't be, because at the end of the day,
It's about both.
Yeah,
It's about both.
I know. I'm talking about for his situation.
He ain't that far now.
If he's in the top 4 seed,
and they've been hurt all year. They always get hurt. Every year they've been hurt when they're supposed to be competing, which is crazy.
Now you know the thing is with Portland, even if I feel like they're not gonna make it. So I would like the injury thing. Yeah, okay. Every year someone, y'all still not gonna make it.
I agree. But the thing is, until LeBron got injured and all the shit was happening with the team, I felt like he was gonna win it. I really don't know how he's gonna come back. I really think they're gonna take the role of letting play less and be ready for the playoffs. I really don't know who's gonna be in it. This is all a toss up. I guess I'll go with Dame Lillard.
I think with Embiid and LeBron being out, I think they want to give it to Jokic. So I think it's just a matter of how high the Nuggets climb. James Harden is playing phenomenal, but it's going to be a great deal of them. That's just like, look, you have a super team. We're not giving you MVP. So the way the season is going, Embiid, he missed games. It's probably Jokic or a Dame, depending on how high they climb.
Giannis slip through and get it again.
Boo.
I mean, unless he start knocking down some threes like Curry, who knows?
I mean, he fifth in scoring right now. It's not like he ain't doing nothing.
He already got 2, bro, and I think the second one shouldn't even happen. So.
No, that was his to win last year. I fucking LeBron averaged 11 assists.
I'm just sorry, but he shouldn't be a 2-time MVP in my opinion.
He deserves it. Him winning back to back is no different than LeBron. Those MVPs early in Cleveland.
Yeah, I think people get illusion with those damn threes, man. Like,
all right, so we got Dame, Jokic, and Dame basically for MVP.
yeah, I'm just saying, who gives a fuck? Because this is some bullshit season anyway. I just want the playoffs to start.
I'm weak. MVP of most trades, right?
Every
The man's been on 3 teams already in this short ass season.
get tossed around, yeah.
I think we cracked the code on this episode.
Sounds good to me. We did crack the code. We talked a lot about basketball and we talked about marijuanas. So, do you want Myron?
It's your boy Carl G.
This is your boy Spraz signing out. That was episode 12 of the Code 99 podcast. 3 guys, 1 code. Check us out next episode.
Peace.
You know, man.